Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is gonna be a makeup tutorial on this look right here. That is not usually a makeup look that I would do, but I love the way it turned out. So let's go ahead and get started with the tutorial. First thing I'm gonna do is prime my lids. I haven't used this in a while. This is the MAC Soft Ochre. Watched a lot of makeup artists recently do makeup and they always like tap on the back of their hand like, so I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna apply this all over my lid. Don't mind this little bump I have here. Does anybody else get those? I think it's from my glasses sitting on my skin too long. Like I just get random little welts. They go away, but it's just like annoying. What are you doing there? I'm just applying, and I'm gonna take it all the way over here too, because we don't know where the shadow's about to go. It might go all the way over here. It is Memorial Day weekend right now, and it's the first weekend that I don't have plans to go out and get Leticia. Every Memorial weekend, I always wanna, I'm not saying it might not happen, I just don't have a plan for it. I have a few trips coming up, so I'm trying to really focus on my fitness, you know, being healthy, eating salad. Not because I'm trying to lose weight, because that's definitely not my situation, but I'm just trying to like be healthier, because I was eating Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out, and tacos in the same damn day, okay? That can't be good for nobody. Sometimes I feel like when I film, I want to be experimental, but then I get nervous, because then I feel like I mess up the whole video. But today, if I mess up, then I mess up. So I'm gonna go into my MAC eyeshadow. This is Uninterrupted. I love this shade. I'm gonna start in the middle of the eye and just take it up into the brow bone. So I'm trying to get artsy fartsy over here. It's such a good brown. I was saying this on Snap, but I have been learning from other makeup artists, getting tips and just getting my makeup done. And there's so many other techniques other than the ones you see on YouTube. And it made me realize I need to step out of this process being always the same, you know? I keep educating myself in makeup and new techniques, and like that's what keeps you inspired, I think, because then you get kind of burnt out, like I don't know what to do. But now I realize that I'm just not inspired because I'm not learning. You have to keep learning and educating yourself, and then you're like, wow, it becomes new to you again and exciting. Step outside the box. One thing I will let you guys know that I'm like personally as a makeup artist insecure about, that like my skill isn't as good, is doing like a really winged out shadow out here. It's really, really hard for me. It's something I struggle with. I personally always blame it on my brow bone. I feel like it kind of in my way. Like, what are you doing there? Instead of going like all the way out, it just like, that's just my excuse for my inadequacy with my winging out technique. But I always feel like I can't do it. Very hard for me. You know who does a really good like winged out look? Oh, Makeup by Ariel. If you guys don't follow him, like damn, his shit is so good. Now I'm gonna take a black liner pencil. This is Perversion by Urban Decay. So what I wanna do is start putting this into the lash line, kind of like at an angle, and then slanting it in, just like that. I'm gonna take a tiny little pencil brush. This is the Morphe M515, and I'm quickly gonna start pushing that out into this outer V that we created. Trying really hard to make sure it's all nice and smoked out. And we're gonna put shadow over the lid still, so it's not that serio, you know? And then we could just start taking it up into the crease right here. So whatever's in this corner where the crease meets the liner, just kind of start taking it and blurring it into the edge. See where this is going? Maybe, not yet, I don't know, but we're gonna get there. So I'm looking down, and then I'm gonna just dab like little dots where I need more black. And then I'm gonna just take that, brush it into the crease. You know who I'm getting inspo from right now? Laura from Melt Cosmetics. Her eye looks, and I just love how grungy and blown out all of her eye looks are. What I hate about doing looks like this is like getting everything symmetrical on the other side. There is no time for symmetry, okay? I wish there was something where you could just copy and paste. Oof. Pretty sure I've never done a look like this on my channel ever in my life. I'm liking it. Now to do the other side. We did it. Now I'm gonna be going into this Morphe palette. It's the Dare to Create 39A palette. Let's add some color to this. Let's add some life. I'm gonna go into this green right here. Picking up a Smith 230 brush. I'm gonna go into that green, and I'm gonna start applying it just to have some pops of the green in our crease. Pick it up right where you left off the black liner and start adding that in. That was such an easy step, but it adds a kapow. And then I need a smaller brush here. Let's see. The Morphe M507, tinier brush. I'm taking the same green. I'm gonna take it across the black and then connect it to that. It's easier to use a smaller brush because it's a smaller space that I'm not trying to take up too high, and blend it while keeping the main focus like into the crease. Then I'm taking a blending brush with the uninterrupted again and just connecting that green line up to the brow bone again. And you could also take that and just run around the edges here, just going across this, make sure it's nice and blended. I'm liking it. So I'm kind of working on my house right now. I will for sure be doing some type of home videos. I'm not sure if it's gonna be like segments, so like my closet or like living room by bedroom. Like maybe I'll make it a series. Maybe I'll do like a whole before and after together. I'm not really sure, but I'm vlogging everything so that you guys could see. And then once I figure out exactly how I'm gonna do it, I will show you guys. I think it's gonna take like 4 months, honestly, for my whole house to be done. That's why I'm like maybe segments. Ordering furniture takes a long time. Like it's actually very annoying how long it takes. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was looking for something and then I got distracted and I started packing on black eyeshadow over the black liner. This one doesn't have it yet, but do you see the difference of how black this one is versus that one? And it's from that same Morphe palette on an angled brush, and pack the black over all of the liner. This is gonna make it darker. It's also gonna set everything so your liner doesn't go nowhere. When I first started YouTube, you know what I found really difficult is how to do my makeup in this little mirror, or like without the mirror being in the shot. Because I always have done my makeup in front of like my mirror closet door on the floor. That's like how I get down. And it's a big ass mirror, I can see everything. But it's like you can't get ready in a makeup mirror like that anymore when you're filming because it gets in the way of the camera. That was one of the most difficult things for me starting out. And now I always do my makeup in a hand mirror, like majority of the time. Even when I have the option of a big mirror, I'm just used to it. I'm gonna go into a matte yellow eyeshadow. This is from a Suva Beauty palette. Ooh. And I cleaned off my Morphe F507, just rubs it on the back of my hand. So I'm gonna take that, pop in a little bit of yellow into this upper crease area. So now I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this shade here, which is Heart of Gold by Dose of Colors. So what I'm gonna do is pick up a flat brush, and I'm gonna spray it first with a little bit of Fix Plus, just because I want to really have a precise application with this. First, I'm just going to apply it a little bit wet and then pack the reflex over that. I'm starting very light, so I'm kind of cutting the crease. It's gonna look nice and wet. That's what we're going for. A little bit of a sheen. And the reason I picked this color is because even though it looks like it would be a little bit more bronzy, it actually pulls more of the yellowy green. Now we have that nice lid color on. Make sure you get all the fallout. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take Electric Warrior. This is Kat Von D, and I'm gonna use that as my inner corner highlight. I picked up the color with a little bit of Fix Plus on my brush. Now we're gonna just pop that in the center there. You kind of want to brush it up and then take a clean brush and just kind of buff out the edges. One more time, now that I've blended it out, I'm going back into the damp pencil brush with the product, and I'm just gonna focus it right in the very, very corner of our tear duct. Boom. Usually I move on to my face makeup, but I want to apply my lashes now because I just can't wait. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop on a little bit of this waterproof mascara by Too Faced. These ones are Huda Beauty Scarlet lashes. I'll put them in the description. I forget because I've already worn them. Oh my God, I hate it when my tweezers are sticky. Usually I would go to face makeup, then finish off the eyes. No, I'm just gonna finish the eyes here. So I'm taking the black liner and I'm gonna start on the outer part of the eye. And we have to really balance out the lower lash line because obviously our eye is super heavy at the top as far as eyeshadow and all of that. So you want to make sure that your eyes are balanced. If I were to just leave my lash line clean and have all of this going on the top, it would look like really top heavy. So don't be afraid to go in with that black liner. And I'm putting it in the waterline and then on the lower lash line too. Going back to my trusty little Morphe M515 brush, and I'm just gonna start to buff out those edges, connecting it to the liner at the top. I'm taking this black liner all the way into my inner corner. You know how hard this is gonna be to take off? Don't even wanna think about all this black around my eye. All right, so right now it looks a little like, oh my gosh, this is looking crazy. It's like super heavy. But what you wanna do now is take the uninterrupted color on a fluffy pencil brush, and we're just gonna go around the bottom of the edges of this black. And we're gonna soften it a little bit. So it's gonna look more like a gradient now. And then you're gonna go back in and deepen the black up again in certain areas, like right here. See that? Now it has a nice, softer appearance here than it does like here. It's just like black line. Now we are moving on to our face makeup. I'm gonna be using the Lancome foundation, and this is in the shade 410W. I'm gonna take that and just start pouncing it into the skin. I recently got a spray tan. As you can see, I am a lot tanner here on my body. They tanned my face too, but then it went away. But it was really nice because I felt like I didn't need to apply any face makeup. I really liked it. I was like, wow, I could live my life like this. I never have had a spray tan before. Like, I've gone in the little booths where it sprays, but not like somebody spraying you. It's never pleasant when you have to get butt ass naked in front of somebody. I'm gonna tell you that much. Like, it's always like that awkward, like, so do I take all my clothes off, or like, do I keep my underwear on? You know, when you have to ask that question for things. Waxing, laser appointments. Oh my God, I have a great story time about my first laser appointment. So I decided, like, let me get laser. I want underarm laser. I want, you know, laser down there in my areas. I'd never done it before, so I guess they asked me, like, you want the full thing? And I was like, yeah, of course. Like, little did I know that the full thing meant like, all right, knees to your chest. And I was like this, staring at the ceiling. She was holding me up like a baby getting their diaper changed, okay? I was so uncomfortable, you guys. Like, I'm laying there, I'm thinking I'm just gonna get like the outside of my bikini, it's gonna be great. Then when she said knees to chest, I was like, wait a minute, knees to chest? Why would I need to go knees to chest? I will say that the laser experience was way better than waxing. Waxing, I feel like, hurts a lot more. So I'm gonna go in heavy with my Lancome. This is a foundation stick, and I use 435. This is a nice shade just to kind of tan up my face. And I'm gonna go heavy on the forehead here too, because I feel like I have a big forehead. We're going full makeup if you haven't noticed. Like, this is the full makeup experience. I'm taking it there. I'm taking my Morphe G40. So I'm gonna start pushing at the base of the contour and lightly pushing it upwards, blending it all out. I have so much makeup on right now. Like, push it onto that hairline first. I like to take the excess off on the back of my hand and then blend out this area. First, I initially take this brush and blend out that bronze, but do you see how it kind of starts to match with the rest of my body now? It's starting to warm up my whole face so that I look more like my body. And then I just go in with my beauty blender, and you really want to work that into the skin. Make sure everything is nice and blended and there's no brush strokes. Get that nose contour blended out. I'm using one of these BH Cosmetics brushes. I just got these. This is the 7 brush. Taking whatever's left over on my brush, and if there's anything, and just connecting that area and softening it up so the transition between it, see, is a little softer now. For my concealer, I'm gonna be using a new concealer. I've really been liking this one. It's the Dior Undercover Concealer. I'm in the shade 40. I'm gonna take a little bit of this right under the eye area. Boom. Now that I'm doing my under eye shadow before my concealer, I feel like I use less concealer because I'm always trying to conceal the redness under my eyes, and if it's already covered anyway with eyeshadow, then it's kind of pointless, and I use less product. So here's my little baby beauty blender, and I'm just gonna start blending that out. This concealer does dry down pretty matte, so just make sure you work it into the skin and set it right away. Now I'm going into an old concealer that I used to use, which is the Nars Ginger. And I'm gonna use this more so like lower where the hollows are instead of directly under my eye and on the sides of my nose. And then blend it out. Oh my God, I forgot that I had that brown foundation under my lip. Why didn't you tell me? Okay, so I'm taking this out here. That really brightens up that under eye. Taking my bigger beauty blender and just melting everything together. See that bright under eye? Yes. By putting that dark brown under there, by the way, that was kind of makes your lower lip look bigger because it creates a bigger shadow under your lower lip, so that's why I did that. Now I'm gonna take my concealer and look straight forward and create a straight line. Now I'm gonna go ahead and blend that line down the bridge of my nose. I'm gonna go back into that brush we used earlier and just soften this again. Soften that out. For the under eyes, I'm gonna use the Peach Perfect Too Faced powder to set. This smells so peachy, like it's almost crazy how peachy it smells. And I really like that the powder has a pink undertone. I feel like it really brightens, especially when you have a look like this, you want it to be really bright. So I'm using my Baby Beauty blender, I'm gonna dip it in there, and I'm gonna start applying that under the eyes and on the sides of the nose. Pat it off on the back of my hand, just so I don't have too much buildup in one spot. Make sure to put a lot right here and any shadows. All right, so that's super brightening. I love the way it makes my under eyes look. I'm really vibing with it. I'm gonna take a little bit of that down the center of my nose. All right, now I'm just taking that same BH Cosmetics number 7 brush and I'm just dusting off any excess powder. I'm just gonna take a little bit of powder on the forehead area where I get oily. All right, just lightly dusting that powder everywhere, dusting it off the face. Now we're gonna go into a little bit of bronzing. So I've already laid down the foundation stick as a bronzer. So now on top of that, I'm gonna be using the Baked Bronzer by Milani in 05. I love, 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 love this bronzer. It's so beautiful. It just gives you a really, really nice sheen. It has like gold flecks in it. So if you don't really like that, you know, just be aware. It warms up your face really nicely and it gives you a pretty glow. For this eye look, I love green and like pinky tones together. It reminds me of watermelons, like I really, really like it. So for the blush, I think I'm gonna go with a pinky tone. This is one of my favorite blushes. You guys know I use it all the time, MAC Peaches. Like, I just feel like that's gonna be really pretty. It's like something about pink and green, it's just juicy. For my highlight, I'm gonna be using this Morphe palette. This is the 8H. I'm gonna be mixing these two colors. This is called Big Bang and Venus. And I'm gonna be using those on my cheekbones to highlight my face. I like the idea of the gold mixed with a little bit more of the pinky, peachy rose gold color. I feel like it goes nicely with like the bronze tones that I'm going for. Not too extreme, just a nice goldy bronze tone. Take it into the temples and kind of like up in here, really blending that out. Then I'm also gonna take it on the chin, really blend out the edges. We got a lot of makeup on, guys. I'm taking my Fix Plus, melting those powders in, because we're hella powdery. And that kind of melts your highlight in. Pat everything in so you don't have any water drops anywhere. So now it's time for the lips, and I have been trying to learn the proper way to overline my lips without making them look like, oh my God, you look crazy, overline type of vibe. And usually I don't really use lip liner with nudes, I just kind of like put it on. But now I've gotten my makeup done by professional artists who have made my lips look massive with lip liner, and I'm kind of just like, what? Insane, without making them look fake or like, oh my God, your lip liner is way the hell over here. I feel there's a huge difference between right now, no lip liner, and then I'm going to be going in with some lip liner. This is the LA Girl lip liner in shade Cafe, and it's honestly such a good lip liner. I would even compare them to MAC lip liners, and LA Girl is really affordable. So if you're interested in an affordable lip liner, I'm telling you, these are really, really great. You wanna start way under. Like my natural lip ends right here. This is where my natural lip line would be. I'm gonna take it down here. See how much more? Like, look at that. And then as you get closer to the edges, like the corners of your mouth, you take it in more. It's creating a deeper shadow on the lip so that your lip looks bigger. You could even take a darker color, like Strip Down by MAC is good. Actually, Strip Down and Cafe are actually kind of dupes. Okay, so that's the lower lip. And then here, you wanna overline up above the Cupid's bow and make your lip bigger in the center, just like we did up there. So I just added a lot of girth, okay? See, just like, look how much bigger my lips look right now. I know it looks kind of crazy, like, cause I've only done the top, but So don't overline too much when you get to these corners because then it starts to look like really wide. See that? How much bigger they look now? All right, so now I'm just gonna take this Real Techniques shading brush and I'm just gonna blend that lip liner out into the lip. So we have a nice little fade gradient. Now I'm using the KKW lipstick in Classic K. This is the lipstick with Makeup by Mario. And I'm gonna start packing that onto the center of the lip. And this is gonna be the shade we use because it has a nice pink undertone. Use that same Real Techniques brush and blend it in. Now your lips look massive. And then to top it off, I'm gonna be using Neat Freak, and this is the Shayla Gloss with ColourPop. And this is the finished makeup look. So that's it for this tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed figuring out this makeup look with me, okay? Because that's pretty much what I was doing. I don't think I've ever done a look quite like this on my channel, but I really, really enjoyed it and I love the way it turned out. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Also hit the notification bell so that you always get notified when I upload because you know YouTube stays playing games up in here. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Today's video is gonna be, what do you kids call it these days? ASMR. Manzana con limón y tajín. This is gonna be a really nice, natural, everyday, out the door makeup tutorial. Oh! God, my brush attacked me. Dinero, dinero, dinero. I feel like I just lose all my brushes. Like, I don't know what the fuck's happening. Where do I put them? Where do they go? It's like a sock situation. Rolling with the homies. All right. What happened over here? Wait. What happened? Oh my God, did I get a highlight in my freaking crease? We're gonna do that again.